That's the Cross Bronx Expressway. They don't let you walk on the highway, although heavy traffic might be faster. But I wonder, like this bridge, which I call the other Washington Bridge, because yes, it's confusing. We have two bridges named after the same person. But it's the older 1885 Washington Bridge. That's walkable too. And I tell you, every other bridge we've gone under is walkable out of Manhattan. Yeah, this is where Manhattan really lives up to its name, is land of many hills. Because there are streets in Washington Heights so steep the sidewalks have staircases.
I mean, I saw it.
And the original grid plan from, let's enjoy this bit of pastoral glory here. I'm going to take a break on the mic, and I'll get on by the last bridge on the Harlem River and get back. But meanwhile, Ephraim's at the bar waiting to serve you. Snack bar's below. I'll be going around. I'm Andy. I'm the tour guide wearing the green shirt that says tour guide. If you have any questions, comments, don't be shy. But this bridge used to have a different name because of a different location. So around the bend, we're going to go onto the Broadway Bridge to see the towers. And when we go over it, you might see a subway train go over, the number 1. When they came up with the idea of sending the subway over the train, that was the Broadway Bridge. But that was going to hold the subway, so they had to build a new bridge for that purpose. But why waste the old bridge? So, but that's not the last feet of that grid. Now, I emphasize the word that grid, because there are other grids in like Brooklyn and Queens. They have their own story. I'm talking about the grid plan descended from that original grid plan of 1811. And this is the thing, even though that was a plan for Manhattan, we knew the city would probably expand beyond Manhattan. Before the Brooklyn Bridge, we never thought it would go east, though. We just thought it would keep going north. And it already was. See, before, but the fact is, by the time we checked back with the Dutch, we had messed up the spelling so bad that we're still not sure what we were trying to say. And what the Dutch called the Spider Diamond was really a different waterway. Now, like the one we're going to go on, it went from the Harlem River to the Hudson River, separating Manhattan from the mainland. But their waterway was like, I find this beautiful, because you know what, if you ask me what the northernmost neighborhood of Manhattan is, I'm going to say Inwood there, on the island. But there's a neighborhood ahead of us there in the Bronx, called Marble Hill. That's the chunk of Manhattan. And those people won't let go. They still insist they're part of Manhattan. We humor them. Street, this is level 2, is Broadway. So this is Broadway. Now Broadway, our most famous street in New York, longest street in Manhattan, and really longer than Manhattan. How could that be? Well, it's not a straight line, it doesn't follow the grid. And that's because, oh, there goes the number 1 now. That's because Broadway is also the oldest road in New York City. Older than the Dutch. I mean, Broadway's an anglicized Dutch, it was Manhattan. Now, they probably did that. The thing is, we have better documented instances where they did it in other parts of the region. So that's what the Dutch did. But we only have one line of letter that says we have secured the island in exchange for 60 guilders worth of goods. It was never $24. That was some American story didn't know what 60 guilders. Boathouse and the Plankton Field. So Columbia's here too. And Columbia is New York City's member of the Ivy League, our most prestigious group of colleges in America. Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Columbia, UPenn, Brown, Dartmouth, Cornell. You have to mention more, Cornell gets really ticked off. And that's the cream of the crop of American universities. A distinction I find ironic, because you know what? Ivy League was formed in the 19th century as in the 21st century. But in the 20th century, Columbia did losses by a college football team. A record took more than 4 in the region. So with that, not only does not this thing ever started, but been sprawling ever since. Well, look to your left now. You see under this great gray bridge, there is a little red lighthouse. Now that was there before the bridge, a good 10 years before. Understand, we didn't have the piers up here, but we had the boat traffic. We're the biggest port in the world. You know, off working. So as we got bigger and bigger, and these are bigger, we had to come with a new system of water. And so we put water tanks on top. We're going to force the water up there, and then it's going to sit, and eventually just open the tabs and gravity will bring it back down. Bigger, a little faster, finally, just go to one of your apartments. This waterfront thing's working out fine. And I don't want to leave New Jersey out because they went through much the same cycle. So let's just call that Bergen County because it's too many little towns to give me detail. But Bergen County, like Hudson County, all part of the Port of New York. Now people live there, but up on the cliffs, up on the Palisades. No one lives at the waterfront. And when the port went away, that was all abandoned waterfront. And by the 80s, not only was there still no one living there, you couldn't even walk there. But then he built the Weehawken port, and that turns out to be the key. You build a port, you build around it. You build enough, you build another port, build around it. You just keep doing it over and over again. Without port by port, where you build in that whole waterfront all the way back. When Flight 1549 landed there, January 15, 2009, what we call the Miracle on the Hudson. So that's not where the plane was supposed to land, no. That was a routine flight on LaGuardia Airport, supposed to go to Charlotte, North Carolina, but right after takeoff, both engines are taken out by a vicious gang of Canada geese. Yeah, Canadians, please, take the geese back with you, they've been a problem. And they were a problem for the pilots that day, Chesley Sullenberger or Soho. I know the movie, they're the only boats on the scene. That's some deal they cut with Clint Eastwood. That's not really how it works. There are lots of boats on the scene, including Circle. In fact, that boat, the Manhattan, was the third boat on the scene. Now, it didn't go to the planes to get passengers. It was bringing the EMTs from Rescue 1 from the base in Hell's Kitchen on.
The blow dryer back. You know, with you, with your bags and stuff. Then, we're only going to this.
All the dining things.
Good, how are you? Let me see. Can I try this? Walking and eating my New York pizza.
That pizza was in Hell's Kitchen too, wasn't it?
I think so.
They both had good food.
This is the best pizza in New York. This place, Bardo. Bardo. Best pizza in New York. That's what it said. That's what it said.
Yeah, let me get you a card. I think these. One more?
sais qu'il y en a qui sont connus, que je demande de l'aide maintenant. Mais moi, je vais vraiment, c'est un peu
But you know, the new thing here, people are gathering outside. Well, that's crazy. Well, those
Miami.
yeah, it was cold outside. I just
This is the shopping district, ain't it?
I don't know what Soho's all about. Is that?
Somewhere again.
Oh, we have to look up places we don't know about though.